So each of these things on the right here is a different song. So like when I hit this one, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to turn some effects on or off for the piano. It's going to change some stuff on the timeline, different video clip. It's going to, these are changing things for the visuals that are being generated on Ableton's side, like reacting to the audio. So if I hit that, you're going to see, and also it changes the BPM of the song. So we're at 81 now. And this is the video that Ableton is generating, which is being passed to my other software to be displayed on the projector. So yeah. And the other thing too, you were mentioning click tracks, is the way I have it set up, there are like half of the songs I did on the last tour, I needed a click, and half of them I didn't. So there's a button on our the little controller, the APC, to turn the cue on and off, but you can just turn it on here so you'll hear it. Right. I mean, it's kind of obnoxious, and that was routed so that only I could hear it, obviously.
Yeah, and that would be my next kind of phase of questions. Like this all conceptually makes sense to me.
Yeah, totally.
Obviously, like playing around with it will be huge, but after like with a controller, did you just map it like you'd map any other MIDI controller? Like if you wanted the first, instead of hitting that first orange triangle, it's like you just hit the first button on your APC or something like that. You just
right. Well, so yeah, the way the APC works, I should bring it. I didn't even think to connect it, but it actually displays this grid in the, I think it does what is it, Steven, like an 8x8 grid, or is it 10x10 or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So like, yeah, there's an 8x8 grid of buttons plus another column of buttons for the scenes over here. So you can there's scroll buttons on the APC that allow me to scroll around within the set. And then like visually it's cool because you'll see when there is a clip occupying a space, it'll be lit up on the APC. So you can visually know where you are. You don't even have to look at the computer at all. Which I know that was something I tried to do on this tour, was like not even look at the laptop at all and just purely do everything from the controller. So there are scene launch buttons dedicated on the APC where you can just do exactly what I just did with that. And that's built in. You don't have to like map anything yourself. It just, and you'll probably be able to see in the properties here. Oops, MIDI. Okay, well, I don't have it. You can see whatever. You can pull up the control surface, would be an APC 40, and you just say that's, and then you would do the input and output to the physical thing that's connected. It would know that it's there. So you just have to turn that on, and then you're good to go for the most part. Yeah, so that's like the basics of it. The rest of it is just a lot of programming.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's a lot of like I said, knowing what I wanted in terms of backing tracks and pulling those in here to build everything. And then figuring out, yeah, like what exactly I wanted to do with my pedals. Like I know for this one was pretty cool because it, so this is controlling the timeline. You'll see at the beginning of the song. So we're looking at notes now instead of like CC stuff. So if I'm not mistaken, C-2 is record on the timeline's looper. So if I believe if I hit this scene again, it'll start from the beginning. We should see the transport. I'm pointing to my screen like you guys are seeing it, which is really stupid. Yeah, so right there, it would have started recording on the timeline, and then when it gets here, it's basically going to start stacking. So now it's stacking and looping around, and then when it gets to that one, that's going to stop recording, and the loop's just going to be what it's going to be at that point. And it's cool because I'm just playing, and all that stuff is happening for me. So I'm just playing, and then all of a sudden the loop is there and it's going without me, which is cool.
Yeah, that's great.
And then I believe, does it? I mean, it obviously stops.
Yeah.
Oh, and then if you go to envelopes, this was fun too. I think I was automating the actual volume of the loop. It's probably 98 here. Yep. So you can see there are moments in the song where at least in the studio version, the loop I had going would drop out for a couple measures. So now I'm automating the volume of the loop here, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And again, it's just nice because that stuff is all happening for me, and I don't have to worry about it at all. So yeah, and then the other cool thing about Ableton, so this piano I'm using, obviously this is a MIDI track, but it's outputting audio, right? So I'm just using Contact, which it should. Oh, it popped up on my other screen, right? So it's just a Contact player instrument. But the other thing you can do with these clips is I've got a bunch of effects on here, but for each scene you can say whether you want those things on or not, or actually change parameters per song. So like here, let's see what it sounds like right now. So that's just kind of a normal piano sound. But I've got this arpeggiator, a delay, a space modulator, and primal tap. Those are all off now, but I believe like if you create a MIDI clip on a MIDI track, you will then have access to all the plugins that are on that track here. So like for the arpeggiator, it looks like I automated whether the device was on or not. So for this particular song, I made sure that the arpeggiator is off, which it is. But then if I play this clip, which is for the last stage of consumption, which obviously has a piano arpeggiator thing. So I'll play that clip by itself, and you'll see that the device is now on for this one. And if we go back to the track, yeah, so now the arpeggiator is on, the delay is on, and the space modulator is on. So now, so that's what it sounds like now.